Hey guys, Aaron Siri just testified to Congress that vaccinated children have a higher rate of chronic disease. So let's talk about that. My name is Aaron Farmer. I'm with mysugarfreejourney.com. So Aaron Siri is RFK's personal lawyer and advisor. And before we get into this, I just have to say that I love vaccines. Vaccines are awesome. Everyone should get as many vaccines as they can. Vaccines are safe and effective. And if anyone from YouTube is watching this video, please do not take this one down again. Okay? Thank you. So Aaron Siri gave this testimony to vaccines. I've linked to it on my website if you'd like to go actually read the entire what do we call it testimony. The whole thing was really interesting. So he gave it to the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations hearing on vaccine science last week. And again, encourage you to read the whole thing, but I want to show you one quote in particular so we can talk about it. So this came up in his discussion of the Henry Ford study with the Informed Consent Action Network, or ICAN. They took a large group of children. They separated them into two groups, vaccinated and unvaccinated, and measured their outcomes for chronic diseases. And here's the results. Again, actual testimony given to Congress under oath. Here's the quote. And I'm going to round some of these numbers so it doesn't get quite so mind-numbing. The Henry Ford study found that vaccinated children had a statistically significant increased rate of various serious chronic diseases. For example, vaccinated children had an over 3 times rate of atopic disease, which is a group of allergic conditions, over 4 times the rate of asthma, over 5.5 times the rate of neurodevelopmental disorders, which included over 3 times the rate of developmental delay and about 4.5 times the rate of speech disorder, almost 6 times the rate of autoimmune disease. All of these findings were statistically significant. There were other conditions for which a rate could not be calculated because while many cases existed from among the vaccinated children, there were no cases, 0 cases, none, no cases among the unvaccinated children. For example, while there were many cases of ADHD, learning disability, and tics in the vaccinated group, there were none in the unvaccinated group. So, again, I just want to reiterate, vaccines are awesome. You should never do your own research. Just listen to your doctors. Please don't take this video down. Now, it is important to note here that there might be bias here, and probably is bias. Unvaccinated children probably don't see doctors as many times as vaccinated children, so there may be less reporting of chronic diseases. Or there is less reporting of chronic diseases because there's just fewer chronic diseases in the unvaccinated, and therefore less reason to take your children to the hospital. Could be either one of those reasons. I'm open to either one. But either way, this is the kind of science I've wanted to see for years. What happens when you actually compare the vaccinated to the unvaccinated? Do communities that don't vaccinate that don't vaccinate, do they have fewer instances of autism and other chronic diseases? And what is the rate of the disease that you're actually vaccinating for? Do unvaccinated kids die more often from measles or chickenpox? These are the questions I desperately want to know, and it's so frustrating to me that more studies like this aren't being done. And it's important to me. I'm about to welcome my 9th grandchild into the world. These are questions I want answered. However, what's even more frustrating is the next quote. So these two doctors I'm about to name were the doctors that actually headed up the study. Unfortunately, while Dr. Zervos and Dr. Lamorato affirmed the study was well designed, executed, and worthy of publication, they would not submit it for publication because, among other reasons, Dr. Lamorato said she did not want to make the doctors uncomfortable, and Dr. Zervos said he did not want to lose his job at Henry Ford. So, how about that? So, good science is done, and then it was buried. If Siri hadn't testified to the existence of this study, we wouldn't know about it. It was only because Siri testified that we had any clue that this even existed. There are serious questions that need to be answered. I just need somebody to take this seriously enough to do the work and give us some hard answers. Don't just say, vaccines don't cause autism. Trust us, bro. I need something. I need hard science done. And this is exactly the kind of study I need to see. I need to see what happens when you take the unvaccinated and compare them to the vaccinated, and then tell me what happens. Tell me what happens at the 5-year mark. Tell me what happens at the 10-year mark. Tell me what happens at the 20-year mark. Are the unvaccinated people sicker? Are they dying faster? Do they have less, autism? Do they have less asthma? I mean, these are the questions that I need to know. And it's frustrating that it looks like somebody actually went out there and did the work and buried it. Well, wonder how often that happens. Anyway, guys, I thank you for watching. This has been Aaron Farmer with mysugarfreejourney.com.